everyone. Welcome back to the Legal Explorer. I am Advocate Rumana. Today I am going to discuss with you a very important legal topic that's making a headlines in the India in the Supreme Court. A new petition has been filed in the Supreme Court to extend the POSH Act. What is POSH Act? POSH Act, which is passed in the year 2013. This act is nothing but the sexual harassment of women at workplace. This act is about sexual harassment of women at workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act. They are requesting this act should be even applicable to the political parties. This is a big step towards ensuring safety and equality for the women working in the politics. If you are wondering what this means, why it matters and how it impacts women's rights, stick with me. I will explain you in detail. First of all, before going into the case, let's discuss what is this POSH Act. POSH. What is this POSH Act? See, first let's talk about what is this POSH Act. See, this act is passed in the year 2013. This law protects women from sexual harassment at their workplace. It applies to the offices, factories, schools, hospitals, pretty much in any workplace wherever the women work. Now, the law says every workplace must have an internal committee, IC, we call as IC, to handle complaints of sexual harassment. These committees, this IC, what is this law is saying? That every workplace wherever the woman is working, they must have a committee. This committee is called IC, internal committee. This committee handles the complaint of sexual harassment whenever they receive. So this committee, they investigate the complaints, ensure justice and make workplace safer for women. Right now, this act does not clearly cover the women who are working for political parties. That means who work in politics, like party workers, the one who go for the campaign, or office staff don't have the same legal protection against the sexual harassment as women in the other jobs. This is what a new Supreme Court petition is trying to change. So, let's discuss the detail. I hope you have understood what is this POSH Act. Now I will explain you detail what is this case is about. So there is like a lawyer named Yogamaya. A lawyer named Yogamaya MG has filed a writ petition. What is writ petition? Writ petition is nothing but whenever your fundamental right is violated, we'll file a petition in the Supreme Court under Article 32, that is called as writ petition. So Yogamaya MG has filed a writ petition in the Supreme Court. She is asking the court to make sure this POSH Act applies to the political parties too. Why? Because women in the political parties also face a lot of challenges, including psychological and sexual harassment. Studies by the UN Women and the Inter-Parliamentary Union show that harassment is a big problem in the politics spaces worldwide. This petition says excluding women in politics from the POSH Act violate their fundamental right. That's the reason she has filed a writ petition. So she is saying that it is violating the fundamental right under Indian Constitution, specifically which articles? Article 14, 15, 19 and 21. So, as I said you, the articles. So, what is this Article 14 talking about? As we know, Article 40 says everyone is equal before the law, excluding women in the politics from the POSH Act. Protections isn't fair or equal. Why the women who are working in the political party, this act is not applied? This is unfair, right? Article 15 says you can't discriminate against anyone based upon their gender. Women in the politics deserve the same safety as the women in other jobs. And Article 19 protects freedom of speech and work. A safe workplace helps women to express themselves and to do their job freely. Coming back to the Article 21. Article 21 guarantees the right to life and dignity. Harassment violates a woman's dignity. So this is a big deal. So the petition argues there is no good reason to leave political workers out of this act. Women in the politics should have the same protection as the women in the offices, factories or schools. Why why is this petition important? Because women in the political parties often work in the high pressure environments, campaigns, rallies, party offices. Without proper protection, they are vulnerable to harassment, and there is no clear system to address their complaints. The petition also points out that some political parties like the BJP, Congress, CPI, Aam Aadmi Party and others have set up internal committees, IC, to handle harassment complaints. But there is a problem. What is this problem? These committees aren't consistent. There is no consistency. For example, the Aam Aadmi Party has an internal committee, but no one knows who's on it, who are looking after the cases. The BJP has a committee, but they are not always proper. Sometimes complaints go to the disciplinary committee or state level officers, which isn't what the POSH Act requires. There are no rules and regulations what the POSH Act requires. There is a IC, internal committee, but there is no consistency. This inconsistency is a big issue. The POSH Act says every workplace must have a proper internal committee with the clear rules. Without this, women may not feel safe reporting harassment, and their complaints might not be handled fairly. The petition names major political parties like BJP, Congress, AITC, CPI, NCP, APP, NPP and BSP as respondents, along with the Union of India and the Election Commission of India. This shows how serious the issue is. It's not just about one party, but the entire political system. There is a landmark case on sexual harassment at workplace. Everyone should know about this case. If you want a detailed video, I'll make a separate video. The case is Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan. The petition also mentioned the Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan case from 1997. This was a landmark Supreme Court judgment that laid down the groundwork for the POSH Act. Back then, the court said every workplace must have a mechanism to address sexual harassment. The petition wants political parties to follow these guidelines and set up a proper system to protect the women in the politics. Now, this isn't the first time this issue has come up. In 2024, the same lawyer, Yogamaya MG, filed a similar petition, but the Supreme Court asked her to approach the Election Commission with her consent. Then what happened? She did the same. She did that, but she says she went, but there is no response. That's the reason she's again back in the court, pushing for a change. Also in December 2024, the Supreme Court issued detailed guidelines to make sure the POSH Act is properly implemented across the country. The court is actively monitoring this. So this new petition is a part of a bigger effort to protect women's rights. So, what does this petition want? This petition, it's asking the Supreme Court to officially extend the POSH Act to the political parties. Make sure political parties set up proper internal committees as required by the law. Ensure women in the politics have the same protection as the women in the other workplace. If the court agrees, this could be a game changer for the women in the politics, making their workplace safer and more equal. Now, why this matters to all of us, why I'm discussing with you. The POSH Act is about creating safe workplaces for women, no matter where they work. Politics is a powerful space. It shapes our laws, our policies, our future. If women in the politics don't feel safe, it affects their ability to contribute to our democracy. By supporting these petitions, we are supporting equality, dignity, and fairness for everyone. That's all for this video. I'm concluding this video. I hope this gave you a clear understanding of this POSH Act, this important Supreme Court petition, and why it matters. If you found this video helpful, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our updates on the legal awareness. Let's know in the comments what you think about this issue, or if there is any other legal topic you want me to cover. Stay informed, stay empowered, and I will see you in the next video.